Good morning, and welcome to our worship service this morning. I am Mark Willis, your celebrant this morning. I've been part of this UU community for over 20 years now, and a signed the book member for about 10 years. I'm slow to make transitions. 10 years is actually pretty good for me. I've been eligible for U.S. citizenship for now over 30 years. And finally, 1 week today, after the service last week, I formally applied. These are weird times, but I'm actually feeling really good about it. Yeah. I'd like to extend a special welcome to all those who are joining us for the first time. That means a regular welcome for everyone else. We're very glad you are here. If you've come in person, we hope you've received a welcome packet with an information card. If not, they're going to be out in the entryway, I believe. If you don't have one yet, please ask following the service. Fill it out. You can put it in the offering basket when it goes by, or drop it off at the office. And for those of us joining online, there is a link to a website, on that website, to an electronic version of that same card. Our welcoming committee members are the ones especially informed about things going on around here. They have yellow name tags, probably some around here this morning. Give a wave, look around, yeah. A lot of other people are friendly too and pretty well informed, so yeah, just ask around if you have questions. Whether you're new or not, please consider staying for coffee and conversation after the service downstairs in the fellowship hall. Or in the Zoom room for those joining us online. And now, let's say our words of welcome together. This first or your 1000th Sunday with us, and whether you strolled, rolled, zoomed, ran, or danced in, we are glad you chose to join us. We are one people of many beliefs, identities, origins, sexualities, and genders. All are welcome here. Now we're going to take a moment to say hello across the technical divide. We're going to put the cameras up, show those of us joining from home on Zoom. So if you're home and feel comfortable, please turn the cameras on, give us a wave. And now we get to do it in reverse. Those of us here, we get to wave back. I'm only aware of one announcement this morning. It's a calendar event. There will be a discussion of Christian nationalism by Melissa Teagard at the 1912 building on Thursday, July 30 at 6 p.m. Cult survivor Melissa will discuss her experience and explain how to help our community. And there end our announcements. We have a territorial acknowledgement that we have. The land on which our church is built is part of the ancestral homeland of the Nimipu, the people, mistakenly called the Nez Perce or Pierce Noses by French-speaking trappers and traders. We acknowledge this land is held in sacred kinship since time immemorial. The land and its peoples suffered immeasurable trauma brought by Euro-American society, and we are working with its resilient peoples to show respect and contribute to the healing and nurturing of this Hetowitz Weetes, or precious land, and all its peoples. We're hoping that folks joining us via Zoom have a chalice or a candle and they can light and something to light it with, because we're going to say our chalice lighting and light our chalices together as Clover lights our chalice here in the sanctuary. Yes, we have a, yeah, please do. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
And we'll say our words together now. In the light of truth and the warmth of love, we gather to seek and seek to share. For the opening words this morning, I'm just going to talk a little bit. We have a theme this summer. Last week's was, for those of you who are here, about our past and how that's both locally and a little more nationally or internationally. This week it's our present, and then next week it's the future, both for here during this transition time. So for the Juneteenth holiday, a couple weeks ago, Charlotte and I took a few extra vacation days to drive out to Central Oregon. I personally hadn't seen Crater Lake, and I thought it would be a good chance to see some of the nearby wildlife refuges, even though it's not peak migration season. It was a really nice break, even for a few days, not just because of the beauty that we got to see and experience and the freedom from a few days of off, free from the demands of work, but also because I was in a very positive frame of mind, determined to notice the good things around us. So why such an unusual, it's vacation times, yeah, but why that focus, right? Well, it's just 1 week before that, I was feeling the crushing weight of all the political, social, environmental changes. It seems like disasters that seem ever present. And on top of that, I found out that 3 people in my small sphere of work had to leave, lost their jobs because of lost or non-renewed research funding. I had several colleagues from Iran who were obviously suffering because family members are back home with all that's going on. So I expressed my exhaustion with all this going on to our shared worship team. It's one of the teams that's sort of planning our services this summer. And I remember who it was, but someone mentioned how noting even small, good little things taking place around us can ease some of this emotional stress that seems daunting. Just hearing that alone, participating in the team is always good, but just hearing that was sort of a boost for me, and like, okay, now I'm going on vacation. I'm going to take time to focus on that. So I'm just going to share a couple things I noticed from that in the spirit of thinking about maybe you will be reminded too if you feel some of the stress that's going on here in our present time, that there are good things going on in our community and around the country as well. So birds, not migration season, but we saw a lot of birds in protected wildlands down there on the California-Oregon border. There were staffing issues. The Nature Center was closed, of course, but there was evidence of maintenance work going on in some of the places, and there was a charger for a car. So small little things, right? We stopped also at the site of a former dam on the Deschutes River, one of 3 that have either already been removed or are scheduled to be taken out. So we could see, well, there were birds there too, but on the banks where the dam had kept anything from growing, obviously. They had some new plantings going on, hopefully natives. They were starting to take hold because of the watering taking place. We also stopped at the Newberry National Volcanic Monument. I don't know if you've been there, but that was impressive for me. It's not the grandeur of Crater Lake, but to see and experience and see on the signage the respect given to how important site this was to Native American tribes going back hundreds of years and trading networks that occurred. And then getting a little closer to home, getting back here to the Palouse, there's the social connections and helping hands that bring us together. I was thinking, of that shared worship team. But then also of last week's service, which for me, the story and the music from Finlandia it tells a story of belonging. And so then when my green card was expiring, I just went online, okay, it's time to renew again. I left it too late to apply. They said, hey, check your eligibility for, yeah, I know. We'll extend your eligibility for 2 years if you apply. All right, I'm feeling this belonging, right? So That's the reason. So little small things that are happening. And then Trish will be talking about that later, how some of these small things have happened in the past, have built and surround us today as well. We have a children's story, or a time for all ages story, The Carrot Seed, and it's going to be read by...
Just a second. We got to sing first.
Oh, did I miss something?
Come sing a song.
Yeah, sorry, I got ahead of myself. Before Christine, right, does the... Okay, we've got a song to sing. It's Come Sing a Song With Me, number 345. It's also going to be up on the screens.
It's 346, but it's all
Oh, just 3:45 in here.
For those of you who are still using the hymnal, 346. And now we have the time for all ages. So all the young ones and the young at heart, we have a story called The Carrot Seed. Now it's time to take a moment to engage in the practice of generosity together. But before we talk about that further, I'm going to call Mary Jo Hamilton up, and she'll tell you why.
Okay, so while Mary Jo is coming up, I blew it last week since I was a little in the weeds in the booth. It was her birthday. And so a few of us sang to her after the service, but I wanted to make it up to her today. So before she announces the month of Sundays,
Thank you very much. Is this the right size? Okay, I'm here for the Month of Sundays Committee, and we had we made our last collection for the most recent one, I should say, the Later Recovery Center, and we have somebody from the Recovery Center is going to come up and tell us a little bit about what their programs are. Come on up. But first, I want to say that we were able to collect $3,361.17 for the Recovery Center.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming today.
Every year, Mary Jo walks over and says, "Can you come to church?" And it's always a delight. I can't believe it's been a year, though, Mary Jo. The time is going by very fast. Hi, Pam. Just a little aside, I counted, I have 17 of Pam's windows hanging in my house.
Are you lucky?
I am obsessed with her work. And so, anyway, I do want to say right after we left, we're now Latah Recovery Community because we have a center in Pullman, Whitman Recovery Community, and we have a center on campus. So we decided to change our name. Right after I left a year ago, we took some of your money and we sponsored school-age children to have free haircuts. We gave them 62 kids haircuts, along with snacks and school supplies. So thank you very much for that. And I brought a calendar. I make a calendar every month. I post it on social media. And I brought this to remind myself and tell you that the look of recovery is changing. Whereas we used to have a lot of anonymous meetings in our building, such as AA, NA, they're all meeting online now. They don't need us anymore. We went from 6 meetings, AA meetings a week, to 1. Wow. So we had to regroup, rethink about things, and we always knew that AA isn't for everyone. 12 steps are not for everyone. So we're now offering all recovery, which is similar but not based on 12 steps. Early recovery, where you receive a workbook and you go through it together. And then relapse prevention, you're also given a workbook, and your money went towards those workbooks. We also are serving food at these meetings now, because having food brings people. And your money is going towards the food. So thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Thank you. So now we'll take a moment to engage in the practice of generosity together for this month's recipient. For those able to make a financial contribution, the logistics will be on your screen. We typically give away all the cash from our Sunday offering to local charities. That's what you just heard about. And this month, the month of Sundays, money is raised for the UUCP Little Free Pantry. Out by the lower south entrance, you walk by it probably every day coming in here, whose mission is to help those having a hard time dealing with the high costs of groceries and other necessities. Your financial gifts fund the restocking of this pantry. If you can, also contribute extra produce from your garden, either on the shelves of that little free pantry or in a bag underneath. To donate, please indicate month of Sundays on your checks or from the online drop-down menu. In the spirit of love and continuing work of this church, we will now take some time to practice generosity together. now number 16. Or the words are on the screen. 'Tis a gift to be simple.
Thank you, Mark, for reminding us that we are surrounded by beauty and goodness. We are hopeful. Writer Rebecca Solnit reminds us that hope is not the certainty that everything will turn out well. Hope is recognizing that the future has not been written yet. Many of humanity's greatest achievements happened because people kept working even when the outlook seemed bleak. Stories about the past and present help us see the world, and they shape how we imagine the future. The right stories can energize us and amplify our hopes. I'd like to share a few stories, past and present, that illustrate how much progress we've made, how one person can make a difference, and why there is good reason to hope. First, and this is because I really love environmental issues, our energy future is changing before our eyes. Renewable energy is expanding much faster than experts predicted. Solar power has become one of the least expensive sources of electricity in much of the world, and battery technologies continue to improve. Ironically, global energy insecurity, sorry, my thing just bleeped here, due to the US war with Iran, has accelerated this transition. Around the world, communities have realized they can generate more of their own power through rooftop solar. I guess we should thank our president for this recent growth in renewable energy. And I love the fact that a climate denier has caused so many people to reject fossil fuels. Ironic, isn't it? Here at home, we have our own inspiring example. Moscow is launching a campaign to install solar panels on the new police station, generating electricity that will help offset utility costs for low-income families. This visionary project is possible because of the generosity of David Nelson, a member of this congregation, and 2 other people. These are the kinds of projects that don't just simply reduce emissions, they show us what tomorrow can look like. And there is more good news. The tribes are investing heavily in solar power. Part of their impetus for solar is to offset electricity losses as dams are removed to allow salmon populations to recover, and this is something that Mark alluded to earlier. We might come full circle to harmony eventually. Last week we sang words to the Finlandia score, and I loved this phrase. We would be one in building for tomorrow. Second, while families are having fewer children, we are finding remarkable new ways to help those children live longer and healthier lives. Antibiotics and vaccines have transformed medicine over the past 1 to 2 centuries, but now we are entering the age of molecular medicine. Scientists are developing new treatments for inherited diseases, heart disease, and rare cancers. Gene editing technologies are already helping children with sickle cell disease. Even medications, originally designed for diabetes, such as the hormone peptide, are showing promise in treating conditions ranging from sleep apnea to addiction and perhaps even dementia. These types of advances remind us that human ingenuity continues to expand what is possible. Hope also grows close to home. Recently, I visited Pam and Brian Robertson's property in Latah County to see their remarkable wetland restoration project. They've spent more than 5 years tolling and restoring land that had been drained decades ago for logging and farming. I love that they call this their senior project because they're both in their 70s. And I think this means that we need more senior projects. And I can be pretty sure that a lot of the seniors in this room are doing things like this. By filling old drainage trenches, they slowed the movement of water, allowing it to soak back into the ground and recharge the aquifer. Their wetland is full of beautiful camas blooms, also known as Indian hyacinth, that they thought were dead. Just a little water brought all these flowers back. It's just gorgeous. They created habitat for birds and wildlife while raising awareness about one of our most precious and often overlooked resources, fresh water. Their work reminds us that restoring nature is possible, one project at a time. History gives us other reasons for hope. This might surprise you, but our air is actually dramatically cleaner than it was in the middle of the 20th century. Okay, this is in spite of the fires. Let's ignore the fires for now. Much of this progress began because of one scientist, Claire Patterson at Caltech, who refused to ignore what he discovered. While developing techniques to calculate the age of the Earth, he uncovered widespread lead contamination that he traced to tetraethyl lead gasoline. Despite enormous opposition, he persisted. His work helped lead to cleaner air and ultimately contributed to the passage of the Clean Air Act. In my opinion, he saved the world and accurately determined its age. It's 4.55 billion years, and it's still persistent, that number is unchanged even now. So one person, armed with evidence and courage, changed millions of lives. Another remarkable example, and one that I am particularly fond of, began with a very small book. I still have this book. More than 60 years ago, Rachel Carson published Silent Spring, exposing the devastating effects of DDT on birds and other wildlife. Probably us too. Her writing helped launch the modern environmental movement and inspired stronger environmental protections. Today, condor and eagle populations have rebounded, and generations of young environmental leaders have followed in her footsteps, from climate activist Greta Thunberg to Autumn Peltier, who advocates for clean drinking water for Indigenous communities. I am so excited about these young innovators. One recent winner of the Earth Prize has identified a sustainable source of all things, seaweed. And I want to talk to this person and say, how did you even think of this? And when they feed this seaweed to cattle, it greatly reduces the amount of methane that they produce. And this has the potential to reduce another potent greenhouse gas, a very potent greenhouse gas, methane. Right here in our own community, young people like Jen Elliott's daughter, Ella May, who is passionate about conservation and waste reduction, are becoming the next generation of environmental leaders. And even though Ella May isn't here, she's in Brazil. I want to tell her, I always carry this bag. This bag is 27 years old, and I use it for shopping all the time. So she's very passionate about things like that. And I'm kind of channeling Reverend Stevens too, because she loves these bags. So stories inspire action. Sometimes the impetus for change comes from very unexpected places. 50 years ago, scientists warned that chemicals called chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs, were destroying the Earth's protective ozone layer. A small number of people campaigned for action, but went unnoticed largely. The tipping point in public awareness came, of all things, during an episode of the television show All in the Family in 1986, when Rob Reiner, a lifelong environmental activist, by the way, reacted with horror when his TV wife was using ozone-depleting hairspray. So she's spraying her hair, and they have a 20-second exchange, and he tells her that that's destroying the ozone layer, which protects us. And that brief exchange prompted a huge public response. So many people called their members of Congress that they finally got off their butts and did something. They turned to the chemical companies and said, you've got to stop making these chemicals, and it led to the signage of the Montreal Protocol, one of the most successful international environmental agreements in history. This taught me that if we tell the truth, we can raise awareness and stimulate change. Today, the ozone layer is recovering, preventing millions of cases of skin cancer and cataracts while protecting ecosystems around the globe. Again, I think of the words set to Finlandia last week. We would be one in living for each other. And finally, perhaps the most encouraging trend isn't technological, it's cultural. It's about caring. People are marching and discussing human, animal, and environmental rights. LGBTQ rights were not even part of the conversation 50 years ago. So we are making progress. It feels slow, but we are moving in the right direction. We see neighbors feeding one another, building homes through Habitat for Humanity, restoring forests and wetlands, reducing our consumption of resources, reaching out to people who might be lonely, and volunteering after natural disasters to help other people and wildlife. Millions of ordinary people are quietly making the world better every single day. These stories rarely become headlines, but they are all around us, reminding us that hope is not passive. Hope is something we build together. The future has not been written yet, but when I hear these stories of courage, compassion, curiosity, and persistence, I find every reason to believe that our best chapters may still lie ahead. And now we have a hymn. There is more love somewhere.
We don't have a closing reading, so stay standing. We're just going to sing more about love, our closing benediction. So join me as we extinguish this chalice in the words on the screen there. We extinguish this chalice
that it might glow gently in our hearts. May it light our paths as we leave this place. May it guide our way until we are together again. Now we want to make sure that you come back next week because Ryan's going to tell us about the future. And we hope we see you all downstairs for coffee.